Okay, so I'm out here in front of the house on Siringo Road. Church just got out, so there's a little bit of traffic this morning. But you can also see that right across the street down there, that whole like a park area. So that's awesome for having that to walk the dogs and things. And it's like a paved sidewalk. It's lighted, so there's lights on in the evening, maybe at night too. And they have, dog pickup station, trash cans, and picnic tables and things like that. So that's a really nice feature to have. Plus you get all these awesome trees that you don't have to take care of, and a lot of those down in there are cottonwoods. So I was just facing east. This part of Siringo here is one way, so you can only go to the west on Siringo here, and over across on the other side is where Siringo goes up the other way. There's not a whole lot of street parking here. You can see that sometimes people will park kind of half on the curb, half not, but I think most people tend to try to park in their driveway. And there's plenty of parking in the driveway here. I mean, you could fit 2 cars or 3 cars in the driveway, and plus you have that extra pad up there that goes up by the trash cans. And there's the only gate to the backyard is that brown gate that you see there. On the other side, there's a wall that doesn't allow access to the backyard. The garage is a 2-car garage, but they're 2 single car doors. You can see I opened one of them so we can kind of have a sense of that. And then this is the front yard, which is nice because it has a big wall around it. So that's going to give you some privacy from the road and from road noise. This is all flagstoned in here, and they've been trying to grow, I think it's thyme, like that creeping thyme, because they do have irrigation for all this out here. And then 2 lovely trees here that look newer. A Raywood ash. That one doesn't have a sticker on it. So it has a nice little front porch and a side yard here, which has a couple of big bushes in it too. So you have good privacy from the neighbors on that side too. And back there you can kind of see where that wall is that I was talking about. It's basically this same wall that goes all the way around and then out to the front. And honestly, from here, in the summertime, I can almost see the sandias right down there. So you're gonna get some summertime sunset views and things from out here. This house is in really good shape. I like that it has a lot of the brick exterior, but it also has stucco, which is all in fantastic shape. And this roof is amazing. I've never really seen a roof like that, but that's something that will last 100 years. You can see up there what's covered up is the swamp cooler. So there's a couple different cooling aspects to this house. They do have the swamp cooler, and it's forced air gas heat in most of the house, but there's a couple of mini splits too. I'm not quite sure why they had to add them, but maybe it was because there was a couple of rooms that were converted that did not have vents. The windows are great, and there's nice heavy wood shutters on the windows in the front. And so now we can head in. You've got your main living area here. It's a little bit devoid of furniture. Last time I was here, there was more furniture, but they were planning on having this house sold, and it didn't happen. So this is a nice, comfortable room. These are probably not real wood, but maybe they are. These floors could be a laminate kind of floor too. And to the right is the kitchen, which has this island, and then there's a little banco in front of the window. And this island has got some extra storage underneath. And they have seating for 3 people here. And then another little counter space over here with some cabinets above. It's small, but it's compact and kind of, really nicely usable. And definitely some nice upgrades. Like, it's got some good lighting in here. I'm digging the pulls. The handles are cool. This is a little weird, but it tells me that the hood is probably vented, which is good. That's a gas stove. pink sink, somewhat of a small refrigerator because it's a small space. This is almost closer to like an apartment size refrigerator, but I'll point out also there's another older refrigerator that's in the garage. So I think that's how they solved that problem of this fridge being just a little bit on the small side. So this way is a very large dining room. And then down this hall right here takes you to the master bedroom, primary bedroom. And then there's a door here that goes out to the garage. So let's check this out first. Typical 2-car garage. There's a few built-in shelves. These would all probably stay. You also have the laundry right here and the hot water heater. And then there's that refrigerator I was mentioning. It's older, but this thing is huge. It's an old Kenmore. These things are tanks. They run forever. Probably not super efficient, but that solves the problem of the too small refrigerator in the kitchen. There's an access panel to the roof up that way. And then this door goes out, but not to the backyard. So I was thinking that this maybe entered into the backyard, but you can see we're on the other side of the gate. But it's convenient for, you know, having the trash cans right here and everything like that. This is just a nice manageable space. Okay. So let's go check out the dining room, which again is big. This is a really big dining room compared to the rooms in the other house. It's got some really nice tile in here and wood paneling on the walls that's been painted a yellowish kind of mustard color. And then a fireplace that basically looks like they abandoned it. And I'm not quite sure why, or if that could be put back to a fireplace, but they put all that tile in there and that's all sealed and grouted and everything. So that's just for show anymore. And then you enter into this little, I think maybe this was an addition. This used to be probably the way to get out to the backyard. So it's kind of a long, narrow sunroom almost. It's carpeted and there's window coverings, and then they have those wood panels that are kind of like an accent piece there, and some built-in shelves up there. And then there's one of the mini splits. So that's gonna do heating and cooling for this room. So if this indeed was a patio when it first started off, there's no vents for the heating system. And then 2, they added a small electric baseboard heater down there too. So a couple more built-in shelves. I mean, honestly, this could be a nice office too. Could really work as an office. And then this door here does go out to the backyard. So this could be a way for the dogs to get in and out. And you can see there's the gate on the other side. You can hear the neighbor dog who just saw me. And there's the unit for the mini split. But, you know, you get a lot of privacy from all these big trees and bushes here. I mean, that's really lovely. Those are all blue spruces. So I'll catch the rest of the backyard after I finish the house. Just wanted to show you that. So let's go check out primary bedroom is down this hall. You know, the doors are all nice. The hardware's good. You know, these are solid wood doors. This room is the primary bedroom. It probably has brand new carpeting or close to it, because I noticed they've left a couple of the remnants here just to help people walk on. It does have these panels kind of built in, decorative panels. So that's something that's just painted on there. If you didn't like the color, you could switch it back to a more neutral color or pick a different color. There's no walk-in closet, but there are 2 side-by-side closets here. Here's the other one. And then these panels are this built in. There's some more cabinet space there. So this helps kind of flush out the storage for the closets. And there's another one over here on the other side. Now this room also has the heating vent up there, I can see. So this part probably wasn't added on originally. It probably was part of the thing, the main house, but they've gone ahead and put in another electric baseboard heater and another mini split. So that's heating and cooling there. Plus you have the forced air heat. So a little bit of redundancy there on the heating and cooling systems in this room, but that's the way it is. There's nice shades and window coverings on all the windows in the back. I've opened these up just to let some light in and show you that you're basically just looking out onto the backyard. So since I'm here, I'll just head out. You know, again, a nice solid door. You can see the windows all have screens on them. So there's a small patio right here. They have a couple of chairs set up. And then basically tons of trees. This is just amazing to see this much stuff going on here. Maybe a little bit too much, you know, if including for the dogs, if this is going to be enough room for them to run around. And of course, tons of irrigation going on back here, because you wouldn't be seeing trees this size without, you know, a full-on irrigation system. This wall here is a block wall that goes back to the front of the house. This part right here might be a tad bit low, but you could maybe raise this up, or you could put some coyote fence up here along the block. And that the lowness of that fence continues on this side of the yard, but there's so many trees up in here, I'm not sure, unless you have some escape artists that could make it over that. But just to point that out, there's two really awesome maples right here that are all changing colors. It's an Austrian pine, or a mugo pine, sorry, right there. And then you have these nice plum trees. There's another maple, so there's three maples back here. There's a big Austrian pine. Some more of the plum trees. Those are Spanish brooms. Those have really pretty yellow blooms in the spring. They don't last very long, but they're awesome. And then this is kind of the main yard area I would expect that the dogs would be able to use. This is basically where all this grass is. There are some steps up here that has a little walkway to a rose garden, which somehow miraculously has tons of roses on it still. That's incredible. Here we are, like end of October, and these roses are still blooming. Wow, that's amazing. There's some neighbors behind you that have like a bunch of sheds and stuff, which isn't, you know, the most beautiful thing to look at, but it's still pretty private. It's not like they're going to be peering in to your backyard. Here's sort of a view from the higher part of the backyard here. It's really pretty. And more roses. And then some steps back down. A little bit more grass over here. Just saw some dog poop, so I think these people have had dogs too, for sure. On this side, you can tell that the neighbors have put up like a wire fence around the top of the block wall. That's probably to keep their dogs in. And their dog is looking at me right now. I can see him. But he's not barky, which is good. Okay, let's check out the rest of the house. Oh, you got your electric meter back here. Telephone box. Yeah. Okay, so let me show you the other side of the house, which has 3 bedrooms. So by the way, this is the part that's a little bit confusing. This Jack and Jill bathroom It's really the main bathroom for the master. And it only has a shower. And it's kind of small. But you can peek through the other side there to see the other bedroom. But let's show you the other side of the house where, you know, I think originally this house was probably much, much smaller. And it's just been added on. Oh, there's a coat closet, pantry. Not really a coat closet, more of a pantry. And this is your coat closet. And that's a really good sized closet. Some shelves and stuff up there. This is access to the furnace, which looks to be newer. That could be brand new too. And then there's your switch for the swamp cooler. And this has some insulation on this door here, so that'll help keep the noise down. So basically this is the main hallway. Oh, by the way, there's also a security system set up, so you could take that over. You just would need to call ADT. To the right is a bigger bathroom, has a full tub shower, toilet, and a single sink. And they've got some cool lights in here. And then to the left is one bedroom. This has wallpaper on one wall. And the same carpeting that's in the master bedroom. But again, this looks brand new. And a closet. There's a vent for the heat. More storage. They left lots of light bulbs. So, and 2 and 3, bedroom 2 and 3. 3 and 4, sorry. This one's a little bigger. Has a nice window looking out to the backyard. And a closet. Vent. And then this room, which I think probably originally was the master bedroom, because it had its own bathroom. And then the other bathroom in the hallway there shared between the other 2 bedrooms. So that whole master wing was probably added on. It was probably a portal or something like that. That's my guess. These look like oil lamps. That's kind of crazy. That's a little bit on the dangerous side, but in any case, everything's freshly painted. You can see it smells good in the house. It's got a good vibe. They definitely spent a lot of money fixing this thing up. And I did have to turn on some lights because not all of the window shades were open, but there's still a lot of natural light that's coming in here. All right, so that's about it. I'm gonna take a little tour out down the road. You can hear a couple cars drive by. And I'll just show you a tour of that. And literally, this is so close to everything. You're just a couple blocks from Siringo Road, which has everything. Not very far away from Presbyterian. So location-wise, you're just kind of smack in the middle of town here.